the 5th week for Collective Esports' first season of the league. We have NiX versus HvG on Clubhouse. Again, God, I keep going Clubhouse for God's sakes. And we'll start with the bands out. There was supposed to be one more game before this. It was supposed to be Pull and Mistis versus Prevail, but Pull and Mistis had to forfeit due to unable to get a full team, so they weren't able to play. Unfortunately, I did want to see the game too, but wasn't able to. They were not able to play, so this will be the last game of the week. Let's see how it goes out. First band's gonna be Maverick. Assuming there is gonna be some kind of this is gonna be some kind of hard breach ban. Usually, it makes sense. Maverick is a good one, especially on those walls. Would be CCTV or Jacuzzi, or maybe even going through Dirt Tunnel either. And so next band from HvG, I'm assuming it may be a hard breach, or it's gonna be Jackal or Nomad for that Roam game. Jackal has been a very big ban. There it is, Jackal with his Inox will be banned. Will not be able to track operators or find their or see their footsteps. The last two bands, I'm assuming, is gonna be Mirror and Echo or Maestro, seeing as completely a obvious bands. Actually, they're gonna ban Legion. Legion being a intel operator slash trap operator with his goo mines, able to see where operators are coming from, where the attackers are coming from when they hit the goo mines at certain points. And the last one's gonna be Kaid. Kaid with his electro claw, being able to electrify anything within a certain radius of the electro claw. So hatches are a big one for it, and he also comes now with C4 and impacts, which is let's see how it goes first, whether they go to CCTV or they go to downstairs first. So they're gonna go for a CCTV and cash room take first. This is gonna be vital for having that ban tracking, make sure that CCTV wall is not open, and also being able to hold the garage as well, and cash, of course, because it's their next construction anyway. But we're gonna see if NiX is able to do that. Since bring Prince sim lineup a Jaeger, of course, so they can stop any kind of projectiles thrown at the bandit while he's bandit tricking. Surprising they'd bring a Capital on the side of HvG to, you know, bypass that. But looks like they're not going to do that. They're just going to let it go. Maestro, of course, probably be playing inside the garage, and again, it's surprising that not bring Capital. Capital can be a big staple right now for many teams when it comes to how helpful he is for getting rid of, you know, people in certain areas, whether it be, you know, Maestro and garage balcony, or band tricking at the wall. Being able to shoot those fixation bolts with no interference is pretty helpful, and especially now with the increased range of the association bolts, they are pretty strong. And I'm surprised they're not bringing either. And the Para and the 249 are also really good weapons as well. The 249 having now the new scope on both Gridlock and Capital, definitely a favorite for a lot of players. But at least they are bringing quite a bit of plant denial, whether it be the Maestro and his Evil Eyes, or it would be the Mute and the Bear with C4 and then the Smoke as well. So it looks like they are ready and ready to go. They need to deny any kind of plant. So they're not going to bring any kind of thing in it, but they're also bringing out a Lion though. Again, Lion now is fair game in ESL, so having those two, or I think it's three, those three EE1Ds can be a very big deal when it comes to pushing objectives. You know, having defenders stay still for about, you know, a couple seconds can be a very big thing.
They were deployed.
At this point, looks like they're still trying to set up things. Looks like you have the smoke, or yeah, the smoke of Izanami setting up that, opening up the top of the wall that's set up for any kind of throw balls, so maybe smokes or the C4s, so that they can smoke out, or C4 people trying to plant behind the server rack in CCTV. Now it looks like they're not going for open CCTV wall. It looks like Thermite is pushing through logistics by himself too. I've not seen much drop with him. There is no roamers on the side of NiX either, so they have nobody really to dampen their push from the other side. Oh, I said that was wrong actually. It will be Samika of the Jaeger getting some heavy damage onto the line of overdrive, but not enough to, or overthrow, not enough to kill him though. They do know now that Samika is now roaming. He has to back off. Oh, and there is one already for Geek onto Dorito of the Sophia. Looks like Sophia tried to go up the stairs. Was it up the stairs, or where was that? Where the kill was even. It's not like where the kill was. geeking one already onto the Zofia. There goes your lifeline. There goes your concussor impact grenade and your concussive grenades from the lifeline. I don't know what that was either. I don't know where I killed from, but that was a really good shot from NiX. The SMG-11. Oh, actually, it was from below. Actually, wasn't. Oh, it looks like maybe from below. Maybe. I can't say. I'm trying to look for that kill was. I don't see Zofia's body anywhere. Oh, but there's another kill for it. This is another trade for onto the Jaeger of Samika from Tifa. Tifa of the Thermite. I gotta get names right. But there's your trade so far. It's another even out the man count on both sides. But they ran out of time. They had 25 seconds. They spent a lot of time trying to roam clear and get to the site. So the side of NiX. The side of NiX is a pretty good place right here. 16 seconds left and it's 4v4. And the side. Oh, it looks like it'll rush. They gotta figure out what to do at this point. Looks like they're gonna use a line. They're gonna go for a rush at this point. And there's one already for Geek again. He gets the second one at Tiffany for a refrag. Geek gets one as another one, and there's a round over. Geek got 4K that round, and Fiend with a great C4 onto overthrow. And again, it just came to a real they just had to rush at that point on the side of HvG, unfortunately. And NiX winning that first defense round on CCTV and cash. Assuming they go downstairs or they might go to gym bedroom at this point. But yeah. HvG just took way too long to really figure what they were gonna do. They dropped into logistics quick, but they spent way too long droning and information before really pushing construction, and they didn't really get in the open. They never got a wall open with Thermite the entire round. By the time they were gonna go for a push or a site execution, it was 25 seconds left in the round. It was still a 4v4, and it's pretty difficult to go for a site execute at a 4v4, and just a slew of kills. You know, Geek getting 4K that round, fantastic Barrack with the shotgun and the SMG-11. And then also getting one with Fiend, getting one of his own on the C4, getting the round right there for HvG. And now they're gonna actually go to gym and bedroom actually. So they're gonna be bringing the castle, of course. They bring in the castle and the ADSs along with the shield to really stop any interference with the ban tricking this time. And on the side of HvG, it looks like they're really sticking to the same thing they had before, but they're gonna bring a oh, here we go.
In the sector.
It looks like they're gonna bring a very high. They're gonna extend into cash, and again, they're gonna. They haven't opened up the tops of the reinforcements, but they are gonna at least castle the door and make it hard for them to get in. Usually teams will extend into cash and they will open up the top of the reinforced wall so that they can impact trick if they try to open up the walls inside of cash. And again, they need to stop this ban from ban tricking. They can't do it with just a Thatcher and a Thermite. That's usually pretty much impossible. So they will need to find some other way to stop. And they're gonna go for it actually. He's going to. Yep, there it is. Ban tricking. There goes one extra charge. Actually, two actually. Both extra charges are lost for HvG. That is pain. That's horrible. A minute in and they have already lost both extra charges. They have not really got anything done. They really can't open any walls anymore. They have one more hard breach, would be Habana of overthrow. They're going downstairs. Looks like they're gonna go for a push into garage or into cash. They're gonna run into the fact that they have reinforced all of cash. But again, if you're going to try and go for, the wall of Jacuzzi, you need to stop the ban from metric. And there's one already for Samika of the Jaeger in construction. Looks like he'll blast the buck of Crispy. The buck of Crispy being taken out already, and that's her soft breach already taken out though. And soft breach not that great. Not that really needed on this site though, because there's no stairs. You could go downstairs and open the floor from below, but looks like Crispy was not going. Right, and it looks like Samika trying to go for another one onto the Thatcher. Not gonna get too many shots off. Doesn't really just Dorito though. Dorito takes a lot of shots off. And this is where they seem to stall out at this point. Looks like HvG doesn't know really much to do at this point. They are quite flummoxed on what to do on how to push this site.
I'm dry.
We do have the Habana of overthrow here, trying to go through cash by themselves on a solo push. may not work out right because you were both. I think the dock is at least the dock is by himself here. They've opened up a little bit too as well with the Habana. Onto that cash wall. Some shots onto Samika, but enough right there. Samika being taken out by Yeki. Refrag, and that's at least one down for the side of NiX, but 26 seconds left. Another one for Yeki. He'll take another one. He'll take Eagle out. Fiend, we get one on a Tifio as well though, and that would be your Thermite down. He's been doing the level for Fiend, taking out Dorito as well. That'd be a Thatcher and Thermite gone. It's 2v3. No, it's a 3v1 actually. Geek taking another one at Yeki. Refragging the Yeki, and that's it. Geek taking another one at Overthrow, and that's another round for NiX. NiX being dominant on defense so far, and it just seems like HvG aren't sure what to do here on how to take the sites. That'll be 2 defense sites, good for them. That technically was their least preferred site. Usually you have Church, Arsenal, you have CCTV and Cash, and you have Gym Bedroom. Gym Bedroom being the least preferred site, the one is harder, that is harder to hold compared to Church, Arsenal, or Cash. They were able to hold it, which is a big difference into the side of G. Though Clubhouse is a defense-sided map, so even if they were to win all their defenses, we can still see maybe the side of HvG hold all the defenses fine as well, and we get a tie, or yeah, a 6-6 tie, a draw. So they can go down to Church and Arsenal, and they're gonna bring an Echo this time. Again, both Echo and Maestro were not banned out, so you have both plant denial operators in play. Echo with his yokai drones that are able to, disorient and interfere with planting, and then you have Maestro with his evil eyes that are able to shoot lasers that do damage, 5 damage per laser per tick. And again, also with his Alda, his LMG, the LMG of Maestro is destructive. They're also bringing Valkyrie and the smoke for even more plant denial, one C4 and the 3 smoke canisters of smoke. So at this point, it looks like they're pretty well off on holding the site. This looks like the smoke is bringing. Pretty sure about the strike. Yeah, he brought the shotgun. So looks like they maybe are bringing the impacts. Looks like they bring impacts. So big thing too as well is holding that kitchen hatch. I see kitchen hatch right there is pretty important to keep closed. That and also the church wall. So I'm assuming that the smoke is going to use his impacts to make sure to impact trick the kitchen hatch. So if you hit an impact right on the right side of the hatch there, right, so it hits the bottom of the little appliance or table there, you really can't see. I can't zoom in either, but there's a little shelf right there you can open up with a shotgun. You can see the shelf from below. If you throw the impact correctly enough right onto that impact, you can destroy any hard breaches on the hatch itself, thus protecting the hatch from being blown up. But the side, also the big thing is the side of he's bringing 2 hard breaches actually too, so they're bringing both Habana and Thermite again, which is very good for downstairs. Downstairs you both have the church wall and you have the hatches to open up. Having both hard breaches, make sure you can make so you can take both out. And they're not bringing any hard breach denial on the side of HvG or on the side of NiX, so it's going to be very good at that point. It's going to be no way of them stopping that from being opened up if the impact trick. 1% impact is going to be smoke. So again, you see if smoke has opened up that hole right there, so he can throw the impacts onto the kitchen hatch and make sure it does not get opened up. But again, he only has 2 impacts. He has used 1 impact already. He only has 1 left to deal with either 1x Kairos or 1 Thermite extra charge. But Thermite's already in 3rd tunnel in that unsuspected angle that no one seems to have known at this point. Mostly everyone is on point at this point too, so hopefully someone is able to notice. Oh, well, hopefully, but we'll see if someone is able to notice on the side of NiX. And there's nobody notices. He gets one onto the smoke. He gets shot by the Valkyrie and then finished off by the Echo. Alright, that wasn't Valkyrie, that was Echo in the first place, my bad. But Echo will finish it off. That's Diffuser down too. So I don't know what the plan was for HvG, but Diffuser is down on site on B through Dirt Tunnel. I don't know exactly what was the plan for the Thermite to go solo into Dirt Tunnel to try and take a fight when he has, the necessary things to open up the walls in church to go for a plant. If Ego taking some damage from above, looks like he took some damage from the buck of Dorito. HvG is in a better spot at this point. They have 3 against 4 at this point because of one disconnect. But they still have both the Maestro and the Echo with their plant denial devices. They still have the Jaeger on Rome as well. The Jaeger has not been spotted out. Again, it seems like the drone work from HvG is lacking as they're able to find this Jaeger on roam, and they didn't really do any kind of roam clear either. So it looks like Samika may be able to. And there it is, one for Samika in the face, but refrag immediately by Crispy. Good shots from Crispy coming back to notice that the Jaeger was there for Samika, and so we're down to a 3v2. Last two are going to be the plant now operators though, so if they play it right on time-wise, because HvG is pretty painful on time, they'll be able to win this out. Geek with 2 so far for this round, a third from him as well. Geek takes 3, and that's a 1v1 with him and Habana, but he is Echo with his Yokai drone. If he just walks away and uses the Yokai drone, he can pretty much deny this entirely, but he's going to go for the gunfight instead. It's a 1v1, 3 seconds left, he's got to stay alive. And that'll be it. NiX wins another round. That's their third one, round 1. It was looking pretty bad there with the disconnect in the beginning, but again, HvG is not able to just, again, time management. They really are stickler for time. They end up trying to do these site executes with 25 seconds left, 30 seconds left, 25 seconds left, and they're not able to bring it out. Again, they need to figure this out if they are to do this in the future. Again, also too, droning wise, they didn't see droning. They never found Samika on the roam. Again, a good thing somebody was close by for a refrag, but Samika was still able to get someone on his roam, which was the buck at the end of his roam. So they're gonna go back to CCTV and cash. They finished their whole rotation on defense. They've done all 3 sites and won all 3 of them. Again, it's a defense-sided map, so it's not totally crazy, but you would think they would at least lose their least preferred site, being Jim's bedroom. They were not. Usually you would think that most times statistically goes ends at 4-2, but it might end up in a 5-1 or a 6-0, which would be a very good start for NiX. Unless, you know, poor Fiend. Oh, is he Fiend about to disconnect again? Right now. But again, yeah, I decided HvG could be really good on defense actually. They may be able to then just stake it out on defense, go for a 6-6 or a 5-5 or whatever they end up with. But for the moment, it's looking like all those rounds so far, HvG has shown a lack of time management, and on top of that, just a lack of joining beginning round and joining people in as well. A lot of times, operators tell their attackers to walk in without a drone. Sometimes even solo as well without a drone. And they're not really getting anything done. So it seems like they're lacking a little teamwork as well on HvG. But again, defense is a big story. They have a better time at defense than on offense. Maybe NiX will have the issues as well on offense. We'll see. And again, this time, so it looks like they're going to bring the Capital time this time for their attack on CCTV and cash. Again, Capital association really strong. I was surprised they didn't bring it last time, and again, they also didn't open any walls last time either when they took this site. They went for a construction take, and they were never really able to get in construction or open anything up really. Hopefully this time they have better time management, and they're at least able to get within sight within a, you know, reasonable amount of time left. Taking territory, taking garage, maybe even going for the regular CCTV cash take. But they are ban tricking again though, so they will need to figure out a way to stop that with the Capital before.
EMP incoming.
So walls being open right now by Tiffy, but looks like the bandit was on the looks like the bandit was able to get rid of one extra stomach charge, and again they're not really trying to oh, and then we went for Eagle. Eagle takes one overthrow. Looks like Eagle was peeking outside. So it looks like he was able to take the Thatcher on the outside. Tiff will get a trade, I guess, or a refrag onto his own teammate of Yeki, and that's also your Twitch down. And so now the 3v5 not looking good for HvG. They didn't get the wall open at least though, so they're able to stop the bandit from tricking. He did waste one extra stomach charge though, so he has no other extra turbo charge. V getting one of his own onto Dorito. Looks like Dorito was going on the it was on B window. Gets flanked from the construction window.
Reinforced door.
And so now it's a 2v5 with a minute and 12 left. Flurry of kills goes out, and HvG are just not sure what to do at this point. Oh, and there it is. There goes Tiffy of the Thermite down to Samika, and now it's just a sledge of Crispy. What do they do here? Oh, and there it is. Izanami getting the last kill onto Crispy with that shotgun of smoke. And round for the defenders of NiX though. 4 rounds so far. Pretty solid kind of one-sided rounds actually. Again, it just seems like HvG aren't sure what they're doing, and they're getting pushed at these angles they're not expecting. Again, I was pretty surprised you wouldn't expect that there would be a Maestro in garage and there wasn't somebody else trying to push that Maestro in garage, whether it be a overhead angle downstairs on the doorway of garage, or maybe the Capital it opens a hole and throws a smoke bolt, execution bolt up there. But again, it seems like they weren't able to put the correct angles to stop that Maestro with his very strong weapon. And so they're gonna go down back to gym bedroom for their next site. Again, this is the least preferred site out of all three. It's one of the harder ones to defend statistically. We'll see maybe if HvG this time can adapt their strategy to beat them this time. Again, hopefully the Thermite also doesn't lose both his external charges trying to beat the Bandit in a Bandit trick. Usually not likely level of play. But this time, this side of HvG are bringing up Blackbeard. Though Blackbeard will be able to hold some angles, whether it be from a window or from any rotation angle. Very helpful to have that shield that's able to take one headshot at this point. Pretty much there quite a bit. So I think the reference at this point is like one headshot, and that's really about it. That breaks pretty much, one or two. Hopefully we'll take an angle. And there's already one for Samika though, shooting from. Looks like that was Samika inside of construction. Taking or servers, I mean. He jumps out, goes for another one. We'll take out the buck as well, but refracted immediately by overthrow of the IQ up top. But Samika getting two on that roamer, on that just on aggressive plays, losing both their buck and your sledges. Both sets of frag grenades gone too, and both real soft breachers gone too. They didn't bring hard breachers this time actually as well, which is surprising on the side of HvG. They brought no hard breaches to try and take the wall. They brought only soft breaches on the other side, and there it is, another one for Izanami though. Again, that construction window, and they're just not. They're on this gym or this bedroom gym balcony, and they're not expecting the aggression from the side of NiX to peek them on the balcony. That's what they're just doing. They're peeking them on the balcony. Okay, the balcony can be a very unsafe area. And this is not one for Izanami, taking out Tifu of the Blackbeard inside logistics, and it's all down to IQ overthrow. But yeah, they're on this gym bedroom balcony, and they're just kind of expecting them not to peek them, not to be aggressive. And again, that gym bedroom balcony can be very vulnerable on the balcony if you're one of the attackers from the server or construction window, or even if they were to run out the pool window and throw a C4 up as well. That's also one to well. So again, it seems like the attackers of HvG did not really expect that, and the side of NiX were able to capitalize on their carelessness, I guess you would say. Getting one onto Eagle, but then refrag immediately by Izanami. Izanami with 3k that round. We'll take an overthrow, and that will be a 5th round for NiX though. 5-round defense. HvG just not able to get any ground or any kind of. They're not adapting or really seeing what the weakness for NiX is on the defenses, and they're just kind of they seem a little disjointed and not sure how to push these sites. Again, last round they also bring in a Heart Breacher. I don't exactly know what the plan was, but trying to take any site on Clubhouse without a Heart Breacher is very difficult. It's already hard enough with Heart Breachers, but not bringing a Heart Breacher entirely makes it that much more difficult. You can't create any angles with that without a Heart Breacher. You can't create angles, you can't create openings, you can't create any kind of, you can't open up you can't create weaknesses in a defense without a Heart Breacher, especially on Clubhouse. Again, on different maps like Coastline, you don't need a Heart Breacher. You can create weaknesses in defense without a Heart Breacher on Coastline, but on Clubhouse it's pretty much required. That's why a lot of teams do run 2 heart breachers, and even for the downstairs like this, it makes sense. Or for upstairs construction. And also, if you bring 2 heart breachers, you can double heart breach and you can negate a band trick. Because band trick can only stop one thing at a time. If you do both at the same time, they both go off. You can only stop one. This is one thing HvG is not really seen to notice as well, is that you can do a double breach to stop a bandit trick. So you will be sacrificing one utility from one of the operators or one of the heart breachers, but it's still better than not opening the wall at all. So they're pretty much the same setup here on the side of NiX for this monsters defense of clubhouse, of church and arsenal. And on the side of HvG, it's the same thing. Again, they need to open up the floor. They need to get access to territory, whether it be blue or it be opening in a church. They're not bringing any hard breach now, so you can open the church. Opening, kitchen hatch may be a different story because they are impact tricking it with the smoke, but it is at least good to try. You have the buck as well, also to flush them out if you want to, as well, so you can't impact trick. Samika is not roaming at the moment. He's going for a few times. It looks like Fiend is already upstairs logistics, making hold to try and stop that X Kairos or exthermic charge as well from above. And again, I don't see any droning really coming out from the side of HvG when it comes to droning out around them. They're not really looking for any roamers. And there's a kitchen hatch open already. No impact check coming from the side of NiX, and they just kind of let it open up. Fiend though, like he knows that they're in there. He's not expecting to just rush in like that. And Thermite again going through tunnel by themselves and not going for a church wall take it all either. Very odd to maybe jumping out.
Don't activate it.
Shots over to the Echo, but misses it barely by just a little centimeter. And again, they have a minute 30 left. They have still a bit of time left. They need to, within the next 30 seconds, 20 seconds, so need to learn how to do, need at least figure out what to do first to execute, and not able to get any picks. Samika getting one of his own though. Again, they didn't drone for any roamers, and Samika will get one, but Yeki will get a trade onto Eagle though. That'll be a Maestro down though, as all goes on, and Eagle Eyes will be stuck in place unusable. Oh, and Fiend getting one overthrow. The IQ trying to rotate out of storage, getting blasted by Fiend again. They didn't roam clear at all. They didn't figure out where the Valkyrie was. And the Valkyrie getting one kill. Trying to go for a second onto the buck of Yeki, but Yeki have most health at this point. Looks like Fiend was the one who lost out on that fight. $40 seconds remaining, and I love Samika. Sam getting 2 so far. Onto Dorito, but refrag immediately by Yeki onto Samika, and there it is, 3v2 with 30 seconds left. You still have a Thermite, you still can go for some kind of opening, but it looks like Tifu will come back to the upstairs to come back with Yeki and go for a push.
Lay the nest.
12 seconds left. Tiffy getting one is ready onto Fiend. Izanami refragging out onto Yeki, and Tiffy's got to go get 2 more kills, but no. Izanami got 2k, getting Tiffy's ball at the end there. NiX, a 6th round. That's 6 rounds straight for NiX. A flawless defense half for them. And we switch halves now with HvG on defense and NiX on offense. Again, this is a defense side map, so it'd be crazy for the side of HvG to, bring it back. But at the same point, it's really improbable because NiX just needs 1 round. They just need 1 round, they win it out. Now the side of HvG can only get a draw. They can only get 1 point from this game. There's some late pickings coming from the side of HvG, and they did not really. This will be an interesting pick. So they're going to Church and Arsenal. They're bringing quite a few operators that look like they're going to be out and about. That choose. Oops. Better put that on there actually. Bad. So we'll see how the roam clear and the droning from the side of NiX is when it comes to sight. Again, HvG's roaming and roam clear, or not roam, their droning roam clear was very weak, and that's why they were able to get Samiko was able to flank them so many times on so many different offense. Let's see if NiX is able to do an opposite information about the roamers. Looks like a lot of them are roaming on the side of NiX for this one.
Device activated.
Looks like they're trying to pinch out this Cav inside a garage, and they'll be pinch her out. Eagle taking out Dorito quick within 45 seconds. That's their first roamer out. And again, a great pinch coming from the side of NiX, and they're droning pretty well actually. They're droning their operators in, and they go for pinches on any roamers. They found the Cav so far, and I think the only roamer is gonna be the Vigil Crispy here inside of the garage storage. But he's playing Vigil though, so they won't be able to see him with their drones. They'll just have to approximate where he may be.
Reloaded.
But it looks like the Crispy of the Vigil will actually pull back onto site. Again, it is he has seen how it happened to the Cav of his friend there. That's not what happened before, but he run by Crispy run by the 249 of Eagle. Takes heavy damage. Tiffy is here right below an oil pit. They're about to go to straw with somebody.
Targets detected.
Wide peek, but oh, Geek knows where he's now getting one's on overthrow. Samiko on a Crispy as well, and it's just a frag fest for the side of NiX coming through. But Heck, you get one on the field at least, though. One for his team. He'll get a second. He'll get a third. He's 3 kills so far. Yeki's knocked though. He has 3 stim packs. He can still stim himself up. He can still get some health back. And 1 minute left on the round clock, though. Again, NiX is pretty efficient with their roam clear and their side execute, but they've gotten 3 kills for Yeki so far. NiX got to get an ace to finish this off, though. And Jordan coming up from the side of Izanami for his friend. He'll figure out where Doc is. Oh, and there it is, Izanami. Great headshot on Yeki through the wall. And that is a win for NiX, 7-0. Yeki trying to finish it out, though. Great effort. And that'll be it for today, guys. There was only one game because the other game was a forfeit. I wish I had more to cast. I really do. But that was a fantastic. That was actually a really quick match. How long was that? Only like 32 minutes. Goddamn. So we'll see you next time for next week for our week 6 games. Stop on by next week to come and watch for next week's games. Let's see how they are. But I'll see you guys next time. Have a great evening. And I think this is Discord link if you want to join up and get in the chat. If you guys want to jump into Discord and get involved, maybe get another team in here, because we're always looking for people playing this amateur league. There are teams dropping in and out of the league, so if you guys want to jump in and play, yeah, a team that wants to jump in and play with us, please get in contact with anybody in the Discord. But I will see you guys next time. Have a